Buonasera everybody, and welcome again to Cucina Quarantena, where not every night, but every so often I will teach you another skill of Italian cooking or other kinds of cooking. But tonight we're going to go back to Italian, and I'm making something very simple tonight. And this is something that you may not have the main ingredient for, but you may have something you can substitute. What I'm making is a salad, because it's sunny outside. I thought I'd make a salad that I can chill and then I can have whenever I want for lunch or something like that. It's a farro salad, and farro is a grain that you may not have seen before. This is it here. It's very common in Italy, Italian farro, and it kind of looks like this. So it's a really hard grain. And a lot of times this takes an awful long time to cook. You have to soak it overnight, and then you boil it for a long time. But this kind that I just got from Amazon, actually, this is a Whole Foods thing from Amazon, it's only 10 minutes to cook. So I have cooked up a batch of this, which you can see over here, just finished. And this is what the finished product shows. So just a little grain. It looks like that puffed rice cereal. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add to that some ingredients that I just found in the fridge. I think that if you were to make this for more than just 1 or 2 people, you'd want to probably double what I've done. So this was a half a cup of farro to 1.5 cups of water. And I think I would probably double that if I were to make a bigger batch. So I looked in the fridge tonight to kind of imagine what this salad could be. So I'm just going to cut off the shaggy parts and use the rest. And you could use whatever you want. So this can be anything that you find in your fridge. And if you don't have this grain, the other traditional thing you can do is to just boil some rice. If you boil some rice and you make kind of a nice light rice, you can do a very similar salad just with whatever plain rice you've got in your pantry. So it doesn't really have to be a grain like this. Bulgur, that would work too. So you can kind of see what you've got on hand and substitute based on what you have. And that's kind of the idea behind what I am hoping I'm teaching you, is that you don't always have to follow a recipe. This recipe that I'm making was inspired by a salad that I've had in Tuscany, at a farm near San Gimignano. I've had it several times, and I've always really liked it. But some of the ingredients that are on that recipe, I don't have. So we're just going to kind of make it up. And I'm adding a few sort of brighter elements to it that I thought would make it sort of tasty. So I've got a pile of tomatoes, red pepper, cucumber, celery, green onion, and then I have in my pantry some olive tapenade. If I had had some regular olives, I might have sliced those up, but I only have black olives, which black olives are not kind of the tang that I'm looking for.
And what's a tapenade?
Tapenade is blended olives. It's like an olive spread. So all we're going to do is then just toss everything together. I'm going to put the farro into a bowl. And what's really nice about a salad like this, you can make it tonight, and then you can eat it tomorrow or any other time. It'll sit for a few days. This is also a salad that you'll find a lot of times in Italian stores. So if you're in Italy and you go to the deli or the grocery store, in the bulk products section at the back, they'll almost always have a salad that kind of is similar to this. So the rice salad is very, very common, and I'll do that one in another day to show you the traditional rice salad. You can also put chunks of ham in this. That would be something you could do, especially now that we have our leftover hams from Easter. So maybe over the weekend I'll show you how to use up some of that Easter ham if you have it in a salad. So I'm just going to put each of these vegetables into the bowl. And again, this is just what sounded good to me and what was needing to. It's going to almost be sort of like a Greek salad in texture. Lots of tomatoes, and just mixed in with the grain. The grain is not even the main ingredient. The vegetables are. I think, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put a little bit more cucumber because I'm just in the mood for that kind of crispy brightness of a cucumber flavor. Cucumbers, for some reason, are just really satisfying certain days. They have just a really nice, fresh flavor. And I think I'm just thirsty because we've been out for a long walk today. So that sounds good. Okay, so So all those things in the bowl. All right, next thing, I may need my strong teenager to open this. Oh, no, I got it. There we go.
Yay!
Yeah, so the thing that I'm missing, the original recipe for this calls for pickled vegetables, which I don't have on hand. I just don't carry that in my pantry. So this is the closest I could get, is tapenade, because it has that same kind of vinegary bite to the pickled vegetables. So I'm just mixing it up here. Just very, very simple salad. You could put feta or some kind of cheese in here if you wanted to. That would be good. I'm not going to do that, but you could. And then, of course, it's good. And it's got that, the tapenade really, really is the thing. If you just had pickles even, if you had just green pickles in your fridge, you could toss those in, chop them really finely, and then that would give it a nice little vinegary kick, because that's the thing that this needs to have, is what is the tangy bit. And then good olive oil, as usual. And I'm going to put on more than you probably would, because I love olive oil.
But not more than you should.
Yeah. Oh, that's looking pretty good. And then just a little sprinkle of salt and a little sprinkle of pepper. I could have added rosemary to this. I could have minced up garlic and put garlic in with the olive oil. And actually, Luca, the other day, when we were making bread, we took that bread dough a couple days ago, or it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
I made a loaf. Luca went to the yard and he picked some rosemary and some garlic and minced those up, and then put that over the top of the loaf. And then he made this lovely spread that is rosemary, garlic, and butter. So you could do something like that in a salad like this, but with olive oil. You could mince up rosemary and garlic and put that in your olive oil and make that your dressing. Toss this around, and pretty much that's that. Let's see how it tastes. It was perfect. So, like I said, I have more goodies, more like vegetables than I do farro. It depends on your tastes. You could certainly add more farro and less of the vegetables. It's up to you. But this is perfect. It's not cold because I just took the grains off of the stove. Ideally, this should be nice and chilled. So that's your Cucina Quarantena lesson for the night, how to make a grain salad. And again, what I've told you is just what I'm doing because it's what I have in my pantry. Look and see what you've got in your pantry. Use up the ingredients that you have. You could have, instead of green onions, I could have used a red onion. Instead of using cucumber, I could have used a little sauteed zucchini. I mean, kind of depends on what your taste is. But a farro salad is a good canvas on which to paint all the colors of the vegetables. So that's a great salad for you, and it would pair very well with a wine. And speaking of wine, tomorrow night I'm going to be doing another guided wine tasting with my friend Coral Sisk, who has her own food company in Florence. So she's going to be joining me on YouTube tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. If you'd like to join us, I'll grab the bottle real quick. This is our bottle of wine we're going to be reviewing tomorrow. It is called La Staffa Verdicchio dei Castelli. So this is a white wine that we're going to be and trying tomorrow, a virtual wine tasting. So if you can find this, great. If you can't, please come along and join us, and we'll have a conversation about white wines that are from Italy. I think I'll chill my salad, and it will make a nice pairing for my wine tasting tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Have a great evening. Buona serata.